loud, say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
First, giving honor and praise to the Creator of the heavens, the earth, the sea, and all that's in them is. I greet all of you by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I want all of our elders to please have a seat. Once again, we give honor and praise to the Creator for our elders, our leaders, those who have gone before us. The Creator has blessed us with leaders who have taught us about the Most High. And we thank the Creator for you. So let us all say hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is holy.
Yah is holy.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You may have a seat. I want to remind everybody, please give donations to the poor. We are going out tomorrow, and if we have any volunteers, you're certainly welcome to come and join us. We will leave out from here around 12 o'clock. So if you want to join us, please come. If you want to make a donation, please make a donation. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Today, I also want to welcome Brother Ezra back here.
Praise Yah.
Hey. Brother Ezra say they ran every test they could run. Couldn't find out nothing.
Yes.
That's good news and bad news. Because we still got the problem. So we just put it in the hands of the Most High.
Yes.
And let the Most High heal.
Yes.
You know, he was telling me earlier, he was at the doctor's, but the doctors are practicing. But this is the thing. The Creator made the medicine, so he know how to heal.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to put our faith in. We're going to put our faith in Almighty.
Yes.
Today I want to talk about the covenant of the land. I hope that you all realize that the only way that you can go into the land is that you have to keep the covenant that the Creator gave.
Yes.
And I hope that all of us by now know what the covenant of the Creator is dealing with and what it is all about. Because the covenant is contingent upon keeping the law of Yah.
Yes.
And I'm here to tell you that's the only way that you can go back to the land.
Hallelujah.
Now, the one good thing is that the Creator said after 400 years that he was going to free all of us.
Yes, yes, yes.
But guess what? All of us are not going back to the land. I want us to go to Ezekiel. I know this is not on the sheet. But I want us to go to Ezekiel, the 20th chapter. And we're going to start reading at the 37th verse. And he said, I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. The Creator says he's going to bring us into the bond of the covenant. And he said, I will purge out. Hold up. Are you listening to this?
Yes.
He said, I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me.
Yes.
I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn. But listen, because I want you to understand this. They shall not enter into the land of Israel.
Yes.
So, he's going to bring you out.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Father, yeah.
But you will not enter into the land of Israel, because in order for you to enter into the land of Israel, it say, and ye shall know that I am Yah. He said, in order for you to enter, you got to be keeping the law.
Yes.
But this is what he said. For all of you that don't want to keep the law, or don't want to follow the Creator, he said, as for you, O house of Israel, thus says Yah, go ye and serve you every one his idols. And hereafter also, if you will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name no more with your gifts and with your idols.
Yes.
So the Creator let us know that if you are not serving him, if you are not keeping his law,
yes,
you will not go back into the land.
Yes.
So what am I telling you? You can't wait till the Creator comes to get yourself together. You have to get yourself together right now.
Thank you, Father, yeah.
You have to start serving the Most High
Yes.
right now.
Right now.
And this is the thing. The only way that we can go back to the land, we have to do the same thing that Abraham did.
Hallelujah.
Now, I know I lost some folks with that, but that's all right, because I'm going to bring you along with me. In order for you to make it into the land, you have to do the same thing that Abraham did and was doing. That is the only way that the Most High will recognize you. So I'm going to bring you along. Let's find out what Abraham had to do.
Yes.
Let's find out what Isaac had to do. Let's find out what Jacob had to do.
Yes.
So let's go to Genesis, the 11th chapter. And in Genesis, the 11th chapter, here we have Abraham's father. His father is getting his family together and telling them, say, look, I know you all was born here. And this is the same thing with you all. I know you was born here.
Yes.
But we're going to go back home. But the only problem is that Abraham's father wasn't right with the Creator. So Abraham's father didn't make it back to the land.
Yes.
Look at what the scriptures tell us in Genesis, the 11th chapter, in the 31st verse. And Terah took Abram, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelled there. And the days of Terah was 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. He left to go back to the land of Canaan, but he didn't make it.
Yes.
Why did he make it? Because he was not serving the Creator.
Yes.
He was serving the deities of Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
And we say, well, but it was a black nation because they were Hamitic people. And he was serving their deities. And I said that to say this. Just because you're black, that don't make you right.
Hallelujah.
And we can't go along with folks just because they black.
Yes.
We have to go along with folks because they're right.
You're right.
But the Creator told Abram, he said, look, in order for me to be able to use you, I want you to get from around your kinfolks.
Yes.
Now for us, we be like, but that's all I have. And we wouldn't want to leave. Because nobody want to leave from around mama and daddy. Or sisters and brothers, your friends that you went to school with. But here, the Creator is telling Abram, I want you to get from around your kinfolks.
Yes.
Look at what he said in 12:1. And Yah had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation.
Yes.
And I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. The Creator is telling Abraham, if you do what I tell you to do, I'm going to make you the greatest man ever. And let me remind you, Abraham wasn't a young man when the Creator told him about this. Think about it. When we young, you know, you want to adventure out. But when you get older, you're ready to settle down.
Yes.
But here the Creator is telling Abram, when he's old, leave home and move out on your own. And he said, I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee.
Hallelujah.
And in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed.
Thank you, Father. Yeah.
And you, Abram, everybody is going to be blessed.
Thank you.
And Abram could have said, well, why? I'm so old. But that's not what he did. It says, so Abram departed, as Yah had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. 75. And he's leaving from around his kinfolks.
Yes.
And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sichem, unto the plain of MOWREH. And the Canaanites were then in the land.
Yes.
Here, the Creator is telling Abram to leave from around one black nation to go around another black nation, which was Canaan.
Uh-huh.
And Yah appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed I will give this land. And there built he an altar unto Yah who appeared unto him. Now here is Abraham, 75 years old, with no children.
Yes.
And the Creator is telling him to go to the land of Canaan, and I'm going to bless you there, and I'm going to give your descendants that land. 75 years old with no children. Can you imagine? And he removed from thence unto the mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west and Hai on the east, and there built him an altar unto Yah, and called on the name of the Creator.
Yes.
Abram, when the Creator told him that, began to call on the name of Yahweh. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. He began to call on the name of the Most High. During those days, they called the Most High El Shaddai. They called him the Almighty.
Almighty. Hallelujah.
Abram, showing his faith, and the Creator promised him the land of Canaan.
Yes.
Not only did he promise to Abraham, but he promised it to his descendants.
Thank you, Father Yah.
In other words, I'm telling you, he promised it to us.
Yes. Thank you.
So we need to find out what made Abraham so great that the Creator chose him to give this land to.
Yes.
And whatever Abraham did, that's the thing that we need to do. So we can also have this inheritance that was promised. Look at Genesis, the 17th chapter. The Creator had told Abraham to get circumcised. Now I want all of you men to understand something. In order for you to be in the land, you have to be circumcised. That's the only way that you can stay in the land. Why do I say that? Because that's part of the covenant of being in the land.
Yes.
In Genesis, the 17th chapter, in the first verse, it says, when Abram was 90 years old and 9, he was 99. Yah appeared unto Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty Elohim. I am El Shaddai.
Hallelujah.
Walk before me and be thou perfect.
Yes.
So if you want to make it to the land, I'm telling you that you have to be perfect.
Yes.
It does not mean you're not going to make mistakes, but you have to be perfect. He said, I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abram fell on his face, and Elohim talked with him, saying, as for me, behold, my covenant is with thee.
Yes.
This is what the Creator is telling Abram. My covenant is with you. And thou shalt be a father of many nations.
Yes.
Neither shall thy name anymore be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee. No longer are you going to be called Abram, but you're going to be Abraham. I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee. Yes. And kings shall come out of thee. Now this is a 99-year-old man with no children.
Yes.
I'm talking about the faith that Abram had to have had. And he said, I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generation, an everlasting covenant, to be a Elohim unto thee and to thy seed after thee. This is an everlasting covenant. And he said, I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger. He said, I'm going to give you the land where you are a stranger. All the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession. And I will be their Elohim.
Yes.
And Elohim said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou and thy seed after thee in their generation. This covenant you're going to have to keep. If you want to enjoy this great land that I'm about to give you, you're going to have to keep this. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee.
Yes.
Every man child among you shall be circumcised. Did you hear that? You shall be circumcised. That means you must do it.
Hallelujah.
If you want this blessing of the land that I'm promising you, you and your descendants has to be circumcised. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and you. This is the sign that I done promise you that land. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generation. He that is born in the house, bought with money, of any stranger. He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money, must need be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant.
Yes.
And the uncircumcised child, man child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. The Creator said the person that's not circumcised, he's cut off. He can't have the inheritance. And Elohim said unto Abraham, for Sarai, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. The Creator named Abraham. He named Sarah. And he said, I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations, kings of people shall be unto her. Now Sarah here is 89. And the Most High is telling an 89-year-old woman, you're going to be a mother of many nations. And she have no children. And what did Abraham do? Abraham thought that was a joke. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed. He started laughing. And said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? Because that's how old they would be. Mm-hmm. One would be 90 and the other one 100. And Abraham could not believe it. And Abraham said unto Elohim, oh, that Ishmael might live before they... Look, don't worry about that. We too old. I got Ishmael here. And Elohim said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed. Thou shalt call his name Isaac. And here the Creator is naming Isaac.
Hallelujah.
And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. What covenant is he talking about? He's talking about the covenant of the land. And in order for them to keep their land, they have to be circumcised.
Yes.
And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. I hadn't forgot about it. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
But
For righteousness.
my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. Next year at this same time, she's going to have a child.
Don't you see?
And the beauty of it is, the Creator is telling Abraham, look, not only is she going to have a child, but his name going to be Isaac. So you don't even have to pick the name.
Yes.
Because on agenda, it's going to be a man. And he left off talking with him. And Elohim went up from Abraham. Now listen at this. So if you're not circumcised, Abraham was older than you. It says, and Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all that was born in his house, and all that were bought with his money, and every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskin in the self-same day as Elohim had said unto him. The same day he went out and got circumcised in all of his household. And Abraham was 90 years old and 9 when he was circumcised in his flesh of his foreskin.
Yes.
And Ishmael his son was 13 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. And the self-same day was Abraham circumcised and Ishmael his son. And all the men of his house, born in his house, and bought with money of the stranger, were circumcised with him. Everybody was circumcised at the same time. And this is the covenant that was given to Abraham's seed. And look at this covenant with Isaac in Genesis, the 26th chapter. Because the Creator made the same covenant. You don't have to guess about it, what the covenant is. Because the Creator let you know, I'm going to give you this land, and if you want to go to this land, you have to be circumcised.
Yes.
If you want to live in it. Let me give you an example. You know, when the children of Israel first went into the promised land, everybody who had came out of Egypt was circumcised. But everybody who was born in the wilderness were not circumcised. So when they got ready to conquer the land, guess what the first thing they had to do? They had to circumcise all the males. Because that was the only way that they was going to be able to keep the land. Because that was the covenant that the Most High made with Abraham.
Hallelujah.
In Genesis 26 and verse 1, it says, and there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Creator appeared unto him and said, go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed will I give all these countries.
Yes.
And I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed.
Thank you, Father, yeah.
Why? I want you to understand this about Abraham. It says, because that Abraham obeyed my voice
Yes.
and kept my charge and my commandments, my statutes, and my law. Isaac, I want you to do it. I want you to have this inheritance because of what your father did. He kept my law, my statutes, my judgment, and my commandments. And that's what we have. We want to go back to that land.
Yes.
The Creator also tells us of Jacob in Genesis, the 32nd chapter. It had started to get day, and Jacob wouldn't let him go. And the man had to do something to Jacob. Look at what he said. In Genesis 32 and verse 24, it said, Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh.
Yes.
And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me.
Yes.
Jacob said, I'm not going to let you go until I get a blessing. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
Israel. Hallelujah.
For as a prince has thy power with Elohim and with men, and has prevailed. Your name is going to be changed because you have prevailed against Elohim.
Yes.
And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of that place Peniel, which means face of Elohim. For I have seen Elohim face to face.
Yes.
And my life is preserved.
Hallelujah.
I have seen the Most High face to face, and I'm still living. And he also passed over Peniel. The sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. He was licking as he walked.
Yes.
Now that's an angel of the Most High who had changed Jacob's name. Now we're going to go where the Creator changes his name. And look at what the Creator tells us in Genesis, the 35th chapter. And we're going to start at the first verse.
Praise the mighty God. Hallelujah.
And it says, and Elohim said unto Jacob, arise and go up to Bethel and dwell there. And I want you to see something here. And make there an altar unto Elohim that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Here, he's telling Jacob that I'm the one that appeared to you when you was running from your brother.
Yes.
Then Jacob said unto his household, look at what he said. And to all that were with him, put away the strange deities that are among you, and be clean and change your garments.
Yes.
Get rid of all of those false deities that you are worshiping. Mm-hmm. Because right now, I'm finna put my house in order, and we're going to serve the Creator.
Hallelujah.
So I want you to get rid of all of the things that you are not supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Because the Creator done promised us some land. And there are some things that we have to do if we want to get that land. And the first thing we have to do is to clean ourselves up.
Yes.
And he let us arise and go up to Bethel. And I will make there an altar unto Elohim, who answered me in the days of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange deities which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears. And Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. And listen, it said, and they journeyed, and the terror of Elohim was upon the cities that was round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. And he built there an altar, and called the place El Bethel, the house of Elohim.
Yes.
Because there Elohim appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath Bethel under an oak, and the name of it was called Elion Bakoth. Now listen. And Elohim appeared unto Jacob again. And when he came out of Padan Aram and blessed him, and Elohim said unto him, thy name is Jacob, but thy name shall not be called Jacob, shall not anymore Jacob, called anymore Jacob, but Israel.
Israel. Hallelujah.
Shall be thy name.
Yes.
And he called his name Israel.
Israel.
And Elohim said unto him, I am El Shaddai, I am the Almighty.
The Almighty.
Be
Hallelujah.
fruitful and multiply, the same blessing as Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
The minute he got rid of those strange deities, the Most High gave him the promise that he gave to Abraham,
Yes.
to Isaac. Be fruitful and multiply.
Mm-hmm.
A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee.
Yes.
And kings shall come out of thy loins. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee would I give it, and to thy seed after thee would I give the land.
Yes.
And Elohim went up from him in the place where he talked with him. The minute he started serving the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
and got rid of all of those strange deities that was among them, the Creator blessed him
Yes.
and told him that this land belongs to you and to your seed after you. This is the blessing that we can have when we turn to the Most High with all of our hearts and with all of our soul.
Yes.
So look at what the Creator tells us in Psalms, the 105th division. And I want us to start reading at the first verse. He said, oh, give thanks unto Yah. Call upon his name and make known his deeds among the nations. Sing unto him. Sing songs unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works.
Yeah.
Glory ye in his holy name, and let the hearts of them rejoice that seek Yah. Seek Yah in his strength. Seek his face evermore. Remember his marvelous works
Yes.
that he has done, his wonders and the judgment of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, He's talking to you. O ye seed of Abraham, his servants, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is Yah, our Elohim. His judgment are in all the earth.
Yes.
He has remembered. Do you hear that? He has remembered his covenant forever. The words which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham in his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the life of your inheritance.
Yes.
The Creator has promised us the land of Canaan.
Thank you, Father, Yah.
Don't be afraid to go home.
To go home. Yes.
Because I know a lot of us like, I don't want to go over there. I ain't lost nothing. What Malcolm X said, I ain't lost nothing over there. Because you lost it all over here. We had some when we had our own land.
Yes.
We don't have nothing now.
Sure, you got nothing, my brother.
You say, when they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it. When they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong.
Yes.
Yea, he reproved kings for their sake, saying, touch not my anointing.
Yes.
And do my prophets no harm.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Don't touch the Creator's anointed, and we are the anointed
Yes.
of the Almighty.
Hallelujah.
He said, moreover, he called for a famine upon the land, and he brake the whole staff of bread.
Yes, yes.
He fed you when you didn't even have food.
Yes.
The Creator have done for us better than we could have ever done for ourselves, but we don't realize it.
Don't say it loud, cry.
Understand that this covenant is with us,
Yes, yes.
with the nation of Israel. Look at Exodus, the 6th chapter.
Show you love.
And we're going to start reading at the first verse. Because I want you to understand that this covenant is with the whole nation. He said, then Yah said unto Moses, now shall I see what I would do to Pharaoh. For with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. And Elohim spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am Yah. And I appeared unto Abraham and to Yitzchak and to Yaakov by the name of El Shaddai.
El Shaddai.
But by my name Yahweh was I not known to them. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob didn't know the Creator's name. He revealed that name unto Moses. He said, and I have also established my covenant with them. Not only did he give us his name, but he established the covenant with Abraham, the same covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yes.
He said, I established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. That land, that same land, it belongs to you.
Yes. Yes.
He said, I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Just like the groaning that we are doing in this country, complaining and doing nothing. The Creator say he hears. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am Yah. I will bring you out from under the burden of the Egyptians.
Yes.
And I will rid you out of their bondage. and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgment.
Yes.
And I will take you to make for a people, and I will be to you a Elohim. And ye shall know that I am Yah, your Elohim, which brought you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians.
Yes.
And I will bring you in unto the land, concerning the which I did swear to give to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob. And I will give it you for a heritage. I am Yah. The Creator said he's going to give you that land.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
That same land that he promised to Abraham, to Yitzchak, to Yaakov, he's going to give it to you.
Yes.
And that's why the Creator wants us to look back. And remember what he gave to Abraham. Remember what he gave to Isaac and to Jacob.
Yes.
He tells us in Isaiah, the 41st chapter. In the 8th verse. But thou, Israel, are my servant.
Yes.
Jacob, whom I have chosen. The seed of Abraham, my friend.
Yes.
The Creator let us know that Abraham was his friend.
Yes.
So the way that the Most High treated Abraham, we want the Creator to treat us the same way.
Yes. Thank you,
So
Father.
we have to do the same thing
Yes.
that Abraham did. We have to follow the Creator the same way that Abraham followed.
Yes.
So we have to look at how the Most High and Abraham's relationship was. He tells us in Isaiah, the 51st chapter, in the first verse, hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness. Listen to the Most High. If you're following righteousness,
Yes.
ye that seek Yah, listen to what he tells you to do. Look unto the rock which you are him, into the hole of the pit which ye are deep. He said, look at it. Look unto Abraham your father,
Yes.
and unto Sarah that bare you. For I called him alone and blessed him and increased him. The Creator wants us to look at what he had done for Abraham.
Yes.
And he's letting us know he can do the same thing for us. But we have to serve the same Elohim that Abraham served.
Yes.
We can't serve now another. In fact, look at what Nehemiah tells us. In Nehemiah, the 9th chapter, and the 7th verse. He said, thou art Yah, Elohim, who did choose Abram, and brought him forth out of Ur of the Chaldeans, and gave him the name Abraham.
Abraham.
And founded his heart what? Faithful before thee. That's the way we have to be.
Yes.
We have to be faithful before the Most High.
Yes.
And made us a covenant with him to give the land of Canaan.
Oh,
The land of the Canaanites. The
Hallelujah.
Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Girgashites, to give it. I say to his seed, and has performed thy word, for thou art righteous.
Yes.
That same promise, the Most High will give it to us if we keep his word.
Yes.
And Most High let us know that we was going to make it in the land, and we did make it. We made it under Joshua.
Yes.
But the problem was Joshua them didn't do everything that the Creator told them. And they ended up getting kicked out of the land. Look at Exodus, the 23rd chapter. And we're going to start reading at the 23rd verse. And if we want a blessing, if we want the Most High to be with us as we go to and from, we have to give our heart to the Creator.
Yes.
He said, for my angel shall go before thee, and bring thee unto the Amorites, and to the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Thou shalt not bow down to their deities,
Yes.
nor serve them. Now, if you want to stay in this land, this is what you have to do. You can't bow down to their deities, nor serve them, nor do after their works. But thou shalt utterly overthrow them, and quite break down their images. And ye shall serve who? Yah, your Elohim, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water. And I will take sickness away from the midst of thee.
Yes.
The
Hallelujah.
Creator said he will take sickness away from us. We know he haven't taken the sickness now because we are in an unclean land.
Yes. Yes.
Around a bunch of no good, unclean men and women.
Yes.
Say it loud and proud.
He said, there shall nothing cast their young, nor be barren in thy land. The number of thy days will I fulfill. The Creator is letting us know that we would have a long life.
Thank you, Father. Yeah.
And I will send my fear before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come. And I will make all thy enemies turn their back unto thee. If we put our trust in the Creator will say he'll do these things for us.
Yes.
But we have to follow Yah. Look at Leviticus. In Leviticus, the 20th chapter. And we're going to start reading at the 22nd verse. It says, ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments, and do them, that the land where I bring you to dwell therein spew you not out. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nations, which I cast out before you, for they committed all these abominations, all these things, and therefore I abhor them. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am Yah, your Elohim, which have separated you from who? Other people. The Creator say he has separated us from other people.
Yes.
Ye shall therefore put a difference between clean beasts and unclean. You can't eat any and everything. You can't be eating that pork chop, that ham hock, them crabs, them shrimps, catfish. The Creator says he has separated you from all of the abominations of the nations.
Thank you, Father. Yeah.
He said, and between unclean, foul, and clean. And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beasts, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. If the Creator tell you don't be eating that squirrel, don't eat it.
Yes.
If he told you not to eat that rabbit, don't eat it. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, Yah, am holy, and have severed you from other people,
Yes.
that you shall be mine. The Creator say we are his. And if we are to live among the Most High, we have to keep his law.
Yes.
He say a man also a woman that has a familiar spirit or that is a wizard shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stone, their blood shall be upon them.
Yes.
people practicing witchcraft and all other types of abomination. The Creator said they shall be destroyed. So let us remember what the Creator said about Abraham and what we should do when it comes to Abraham. Looking at what the Most High did. And I want you to understand something. All of the nations on this earth, all of them are separated according to us. However much land the Creator needs for us to be in, we're going to be in that land.
Yes.
And the other nations then got their portion. The scriptures tell us in Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, and the 4th verse. It says, and this is a song of Moses. And Moses, the Creator told Moses to teach the people about this song. So whenever the children of Israel come into the knowledge of who they are, they have to learn this song. And he said, He is the rock. His work is perfect, for all his ways of judgment, a Elohim of truth, and without iniquity, just and right is he.
Yes.
The Creator is an Elohim of truth. He said they have corrupted themselves, and this is our problem. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and crooked generation. Do ye this requite or repay Yah, O foolish people, or unwise? Is not he thy father that has bought thee? Has he not made thee and established thee? Have you not realized that the Creator is the one that has chosen you and not you him? Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Yes.
Ask thy fathers, and he would tell thee. He would show thee. Thy elders, and they would tell thee. When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Creator's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. The Creator's portion is what he done gave to us. Mm-hmm. He founded him in a desert land, in a waste howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him and kept him as the apple of his eye.
Yes.
As an eagle stirred up her nest and fluttered over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them and beareth them on her wings. So the Creator alone did lead him. The Creator alone led us. There was no JC. There was no Muhammad. There was no Buddha. It was the Creator alone who led him, and there was no strange deeds with him.
Yes.
With nobody.
Nobody.
He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the field. And he made him to suck honey out of the rock, and oil of the flinty rock, butter of kine, milk of sheep, with fat of lamb and rams of the breed of Bashan. You didn't just have anything, you had the best of the best.
Yes.
The best meat that you can eat. Mm-hmm. And goats with the fat of kidneys of wheat, and did drink the pure blood of the grapes, and had the best wine.
Yes.
You didn't have that Thunderbird like I used to drink, or that night train.
Yes.
Y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Night train.
Get the cheapest of the cheap, where having you sick and throwing up. You didn't have all that kind of stuff. You had the best of the best. And Jezreel waxed fat. After the Creator done bless you, after He done made you the greatest of all, He waxed fat and kicked. Thou waxing fat, thou grown thick. Got a little heavy around the waist, like me. Thou covered with fatness. Then he forsook Elohim, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. Once the Creator blessed us, we forgot about him.
Yes.
He said they provoked him to jealousy with strange deities. With abomination provoked they him to anger. They sacrifice unto devils, not to Elohim. To deities whom they knew not. To new deities that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Our fathers knew nothing about JC.
No, no.
None of our people that came to America worshiped JC. Most of our people who came here were Muslim, or they were Hebrews. They didn't know nothing about 3 deities or 4 deities. They believed in the one God.
Yes.
He said, of the rock that begot thee, thou unmindful, and hast forgotten Elohim that formed thee. And when Yah saw it, he abhorred it. He hated it. He hated them. Because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their ends shall be. For they were a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith.
Yes.
And most of us don't have no faith. We don't trust in the Creator on nothing. He said, they have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. And he said, I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. And I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. The Creator said, these people is not even a people, but they are a foolish nation. And yet we want to follow their deities. We want to go along with what they say and what they do. We don't want to follow the Creator. We don't want to trust in him. But I got news for you. You don't have to worry. Because those who are trusting in their Almighty, those who are keeping his commandments and his laws, we're going to return home.
Yes, yes,
We're going back. Look at what Ezekiel tells us. And this is the thing that I like about Ezekiel. He don't sugarcoat it. He didn't tell you. In Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. And he tells us exactly who all going back. Because see, we think it's all going to be us. The good news is, they say, people say, well, how you know you Israel? Well, even if I ain't Israel, if I keep the laws, statutes, judgment, and commandment, I'm going back into heaven. That's the good thing. Ezekiel, the 47th chapter, in the 21st verse. He says, so shall ye divide this land unto you, according to the tribes of Israel. Ezekiel said, now you're going to divide this land according to the tribes of Israel. And it shall come to pass that you shall divide it by lot for an inheritance unto you, and to the stranger that sojourn among you. So the land is for Israel and for the stranger that has journeyed unto Israel,
Hallelujah.
which shall beget children among you. And they shall be unto you as born in the country among the children of Israel. That stranger is going to be just like somebody who was born in the country.
Say it loud and proud.
And they shall have inheritance with you among the tribes of Israel.
Hallelujah.
And it shall come to pass that in what tribe the stranger sojourns, so wherever the stranger is sojourning, whether he's in the land of Judah, Naphtali, or Benjamin, wherever he stands, he is to get an inheritance among that tribe. There shall ye give him his inheritance, says Yah. So it don't matter if you're not Israel, don't worry. You still can get in there.
Oh, you keep them laws and statutes and judgments.
So I'm going to let you know what Joshua said. And I want us to read this because I want us to understand something. We have to keep that which the Creator gave
Yes, yes.
Abraham.
Yes.
If we want that blessing.
Yes, yes. Oh, praise the name.
So Joshua asked the question. Think about the deities that Terah, Abraham's father, was serving. Think about the deities that all mothers and grandmothers and grandfathers and things were serving.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
So Joshua had gathered all the people together. And he reminded them what Abraham had did. In Joshua, the 24th chapter, in the first verse. And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem and called for the elders of Israel and for their heads and for the judges and for their officers, and they presented themselves before Elohim.
Hallelujah.
And Joshua said unto all the people, Thus says Yah Elohim of Israel, your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nahor. And they served other deities. All four parents served JC. And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood and led him throughout all the land of Canaan and multiplied his seed and gave him Isaac. And I gave unto Isaac Jacob and Esau. And I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it. But Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. And we know that Joshua, when he's telling this, the people are in the land. They done left out of Egypt. They done left out of the wilderness. And now they are in possession of the land.
Yes.
And so Joshua is telling them, say, look, don't be like your fathers that were serving those deities. We done made it to the place of promise.
Yes.
We done got this covenant that the Creator has promised us. So now let's take possession of it and do everything that the Creator tell us to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want us to go down to the 14th verse. And this is what Joshua would tell them. He said, now therefore fear Yah and serve him in sincerity and in truth. And put away the deities which your fathers served on the other side of the flood, and in Egypt, and in America, and serve ye Yah. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yah, choose you this day whom you will serve. Whether the deities which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the deities of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house,
Yes, hallelujah.
we will serve Yah.
Yes.
Joshua told him, say, we're going to serve Yah. We don't care what you do.
Yes.
But the Creator done told us what we have to do to keep this land.
Yes.
And I'm telling you what you're going to have to do if you want to go to the land. And then once you go to the land, what you're going to have to do to stay in it. So as I get ready to leave, if you have any problems that come up, I want you to depend on the Most High. Call upon Him when troubles come up, when problems come in your life and it seems too big.
Yes. Yes.
I want you to trust in the Creator.
Yes.
I want you to humble yourself.
Thank you, Father Yah.
The Creator tells us in 2 Chronicles, the 7th chapter, in the 14th verse, He says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face. He's saying, seek His face.
His face, hallelujah.
And turn from their wicked ways. Then will I hear from heaven.
Oh, hallelujah.
Will forgive their sins.
Yes.
And will heal their land. Thank you, and the Creator bless you. Hallelujah! 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 Praise the mighty Yah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is holy.
Yah is holy.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.